Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be going over teams I think need to make trades before the trade deadline. This on another episode of. So, first off, let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers have been struggling a little bit on defense this year, but I don't think it's the defense that I think they need to trade for. I think they need to build on what's already working for them, which is their offense. I think they need to trade for another wide receiver. DK Metcalf is the only real receiver on that team. The tight ends do a lot of work. The running backs do a lot of work. But besides Metcalf, no receiver has proven himself truly useful. I think before the trade deadline, Pittsburgh needs to find a wide receiver, whether that be Chris Olave from the Saints, maybe, I don't know, Garrett Wilson from the Jets. They need to find someone, because if they keep going with just Metcalf, their offense will eventually sputter out once defenses start to figure out how to play that, and their defense is not going to save them this year. Moving right along, next thing we got to talk about is the Denver Broncos. And like the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think they have the same need, which is wide receiver. The Denver offense has Courtland Sutton at wide receiver 1 right now, which he plays really well. But after him, it's Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, neither of which have proven very successful. And unlike the Steelers, the Broncos don't have multiple great tight ends to save their offense. Additionally, the run game, while good, isn't amazing, and they have to rely heavily on their defense. Unlike the Pittsburgh Steelers, their defense actually works properly. But I think it would do Bo Nix a great service to add another wide receiver into that system before the trade deadline. Next, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, they have two positions I think I'd like to see a trade for before the trade deadline, those being edge rusher and cornerback. There's already been some rumors around the Eagles trading for an edge rusher and cornerback, but I think they need them both. Their D-line has not looked as good as last year. Their cornerback room looks atrocious, to be honest, and I think they need some help. They don't need superstars. They just need some people who are better than what they're currently putting out there. Dory Jackson has been terrible on that secondary for the Eagles, and they really haven't had too much of a pass rush so far this year. So I think going out and finding maybe an average defensive player for both the D-line and the cornerback room would do the Eagles' defense a good amount of service. The last team on this list I want to talk about is the Dallas Cowboys. And they need an edge rusher just like the Eagles. They had one. His name is Micah Parsons. They got rid of him. But I think the Dallas defense, to be somewhat functional, needs to get pressure on opposing quarterbacks. And that means they got to trade for an edge rusher. Now, the edge rusher doesn't need to be as good as Micah Parsons was, but I think they need an edge rusher that can do something, because if they don't find an edge rusher that can do something, their defense will continue to get destroyed by whatever team they're going up, and they will be this year's version of last year's Bengals, constantly in shootouts. So with that being said, guys, please like, share, subscribe down below, comment what you think, and I'll see you next time.